So, hello everybody. Finally, I've got it done. You know, it took me such a long time until I felt confident enough to do this review, because I just started in February. This is not an easy filament to print with because it doesn't forgive anything. You know, you see the slightest flaw you see on the surface, and as I'm a perfectionist, I really tried again and again, and I tried to deal in my settings perfectly, and then I had some printer issues, and then I had to wait for hardware to get to get sent to me, and I had to exchange it, and then go on printing, and so let's get started. As you can see, I've printed quite a bit in the meantime, and I started off with the silver, which you can see here. It's really, really lovely, but it's also the most, for me personally, the most complicated filament to print with from the portfolio of Polyalchemy Elixir. And so here this vase is really, really nice. You can see it. Came out really nice. This was done on my RenRen3D Delta printer. So put it aside here, get a little bit more space. Then of course I had to try a two-color print. This was also done on my RenRen Flash Pro Delta. So lots of fun, and as you can see, the surface is really outstanding. The printer did a really, really good job on that. Then I printed some Buddhas. I'm a Buddha fan, you see, so this is the smallest one I did here. This is also the silver. On the bigger one, I was not so successful. I have to redo that. I don't know what was going on there, but his face didn't come out nice. But the rest is, again, really, really smooth. Then, of course, Prosa's base. There's a problem in the STL file, but nevertheless, just to show you, this is the yellow. It's really beautiful. So this was also done on my RenRen. And then a black one. As I see, I don't have really any other prints than this one here. I don't know, I have got so much filament in the meantime that I forgot to print with this. I have to give it another shot. But as you see, as all the other ones, it's really, really, really nice. And I even like this misprint. You know, I stopped it at this height here, but because if you look inside, I hope it works, that it looks like a flower. You know, so I used two misprints, and if you look at it from this orientation, it looks like a flower. Really nice. Okay, then I ordered the white. I also ordered the transparent. I didn't use it up to now, but the white is not as shiny as the other ones, but I love it. I really, really like it a lot. I think this will be the, this one or the gray will be in the future my filament that I use to do statues like this one here. So this is here from Scan the World. And first I was a little bit disappointed because there are some lines in her face. But as I've seen on MyMiniFactory, if you look at the file there, the 3D rendering, you will see exactly the same lines as you see here. Because the rest is really, really nice. So this white is really, really beautiful. You know, I really like it that it's not that shiny, because if you want to make prints like this, it's better. You know that it's not that shiny. Okay, I will try to find all the links to the files. And as you see here, this was one of my first prints of the block 0. This is also the white. I printed this Buddha, yeah, not only once, but yeah, twice. Here, this is again the silver. Yeah, that was before I got the gray. Yeah, that's also quite nice. Okay, then this one here, look at this one. This was the first one that I printed with a Dowell. I did it in my unboxing video. It was packed in supports because with the Dowell came the Cura software. So I thought, okay, I'm not experienced with it, but I'm going to try it. And God, was I astonished, you know. First I thought, oh my goodness, all these supports, and as I know that this filament doesn't forgive anything, and all the support that I had on other models, it really looked not good, you know, where they were attached. But here I was blown away when I took off the supports. You do not see at all where they were attached. This is really incredible. Yeah, so this is the yellow. Really, really nice. Yeah, I'm a big China fan. Yeah, so as you see here, this I will print this again, maybe also in the yellow or maybe the gray. And this was also done on the Dowell. And you know, the hands here, the fingers, not 100%ly. I think I printed it slightly too hot. I went all the way up to 220. That's far too hot for me on my side. But if you go, let's say, like to 210, yeah, from my experience, it really gets better. But if there's a point, all of a sudden, I think it was at 205, where my nozzles started to get blocked. Yeah, so I had some epic nozzle jams with this filament going too low, especially with the silver. Yeah. So be careful, you have to get it spot on. Yeah, not too hot and not too cold. If it's too hot, yeah, you will see immediately. Yeah. So this Buddha here is one of my favorites. I have to print it again in another color. Okay, so the gallery, and my back is getting bigger and bigger. So then here, you know, this is very famous in China. Yeah, this is a dragon. Yeah, you see it very often. Isn't this beautiful? Look at this, the surface texture. Yeah, this was also printed on my Flash, on my RenRen Flash Pro. Then, yeah, of course, I also had to print from Fantasy Graph these very, very nice models here. I like the texture here of the cloth, you know. But the problem I got on these, you know, on the RenRen Flash Pro, I have a part cooling fan and I have a hot and a cooling fan. So that normally isn't a problem because the airflow is really nice. But on her face here, this looked like burned away. Maybe I printed it too hot. I will have to try it again. So here, this really looks awful. But from the other orientation, if you turn her in other directions, it looks really, really nice. Yeah, also the back, very, very beautiful. And yeah, so I thought maybe I have to tilt her that way that the face gets a better orientation. But yeah, because all the supports were here in the back, and now you can see what I mean. It doesn't forgive anything there. It looks awful. Yeah. But the rest here, you see, is so beautiful again, you know. This was also done on my RenRen Flash 3D. So, yeah, then this one here, I just took off the supports. I did this twice. So the first one was an epic failure. I'm not blaming the block 0. It was just a piece of support, I think, that got stuck, you know, and then it led to this failure here. But the surface texture, if I compare this one to this one I did on the Dowell, and on the Dowell I have lots of vibrations, so on the bigger models you don't see, but I have to find a way, because it prints really, really nicely, but I have to find a way to minimize the micro vibrations, you know, and so this is what I got of the Dowell. Yeah, but you will not see maybe from this distance, but if you get closer you see really, really fine yeah, artifacts. Yeah, they're not big, yeah, but I'm very critical, and so I know I think I could do better with this printer, yeah. And of course, you know, the smaller the printer is in size, and the less vibration it has, as such, you know, the finer it can print here. So the surface here is really, really nice. So yeah, then I did the Medusa. I also took off the supports, and this one I will try again with Simplify3D, because Cura, it put supports in there like crazy. They were woven around these snakes that are attached to her head, and I broke off some of these, and you know, the whole face was packed with supports, although it didn't really need it, yeah. And the lips could be finer, but yeah, I think I will do it again in a bigger size. You know, the maximum size I'm going in the block 0 is 115 millimeters, because it can do, in total height it can do 120. So maybe I will try this on my RenRen or on the Dowell, but at a very low speed on the Dowell to minimize these micro vibrations. And then let's see when it's bigger, and if I place the supports manually, I think this will come out much nicer. Yeah. So then, so this was here in the gray. Yeah, and this one here with the elephant is also in the gray. And you know, I still got to clean it up. I just took off the supports. Here they came off really, really nicely. It was also packed like crazy. It came out nicely. The elephant lost its tooth here, but okay. And yeah, so little areas I still want to do some cleanup, and I have an idea. Being a dental technician, I have some tools that I use there, and I want to try something on this kind of model here, because there are little things I could improve, and I have an idea how I can use something from the dental, from my dental way of working to improve the surface of these prints. I will test, and if it works, I will share with you. And yeah, this is here. This is really one of my nicest ones. It is only a little bit of a problem down here, but again, I will try cleaning it up with this technique that I'm gonna try. And this here, this is really incredible. Yeah, really, really, really nice. Yeah, so that was also done on the block 0. I hardly got it on there because it's so wide, so I had to turn it a little bit on the platform. But man, does that printer print nice. I am really blown away, you know. So I already thought to myself, and I think now as I have seen the results, they prove that this is going to be the printer I'm going to use in the future to do all my Scan the World prints, you know, because as you see here, the height is okay. And the details are incredible, so I will dedicate this printer to the Scan the World movement. Good. So one funny thing that I found out, you see here I changed the filament from Polyalchemy to the normal one, and can you see how this balls up here? How thick this is here? The almost the I would have to measure. This could be the original diameter of the filament as it is on the roll, but this is the purging. You know, this is here the normal purging, and this is the purging that balls up, coming out of the nozzle, cooling down, and it like it shrinks together, and it gets this thick diameter here. It is really crazy. Yeah, so yeah, that is very funny. I've never seen this before. And what is also very challenging is the setting for the retraction. Yeah. On Cura, it's funny that I didn't have a really big problem, because as you see here, everything is fine with the retraction. But on my other printers where I used Simplify3D, I had to go up to 8 millimeters. I even tried 10. Yeah, maybe it's due to this fact here that it has this funny kind of behavior, and then that you really have to find a really exact point with the temperature. Yeah, I also got some failures. Yeah, for instance, here this is a model I would like to print so badly. This is from Fantasy Graph, and I tried this, I think, 3 times or even 4, and then I gave up on it. And at that time I only had the silver, and I already thought about calling this review the Tricky Diva. Yeah, but after I ordered the other filaments and I was more successful from the beginning with those, not having any failures, I thought that maybe this is the silver that's more complicated to print, because I always got the same problem here that, yeah, on this model, yeah, I don't know if it got stuck again on the supports, or was done with the RenRen Flash 3D. This is the printer I've got longest, so this is why so many of those prints come from that printer. Don't get the feeling that the other ones are not good. It's just because they came afterwards. Yeah, so now I'm also testing them, and I'm gonna make a review on those other ones too. And yeah, so I will try again. But if you look at the surface here, it is really incredible. Yeah, so that was sliced with Simplify3D, and yeah, I will try it again, because this is really a model I want so badly. It's really cool. It's a steampunk lady or something like that. She's called. Yeah, so really nice. Yeah, so I hope you liked it. The next reviews will be on the block 0. I will print some more Scan the World models using both the gray and the white, and then you will see some other models. So if you want, you could please look at the block 0 review if you want to see some other models that I haven't done yet, but I will do, using this filament. Yeah, because as I said, I want to use one of these for the Scan the World. Yeah. I'm not quite sure which one yet, but maybe the gray. Yeah. Okay, so thank you so much for watching. So see you next time. Bye bye.
Can you tell me why she forgot us? I don't know, because we are the most beautiful one of all. Poor little one. Oh, excuse me so much. Of course, the 2 of you are the most beautiful ones.